Hey everybody, it's your boy TY checking in of Stone Muscle. And here we go with the ums again. I just want to say a shout out to my buddy Hotwood, Scott Hotwood. Real good friend of mine. Um, he is a very informative young man, helps me out with my channel, tells me what I need. Shout out to him for always reminding me of something that I would never probably even remember to do because I get so wrapped up into my discussions and what I'm talking about. Today I'm going to talk about cologne and why men should wear it. And it doesn't have to be an expensive cologne unless you feel the need to walk into a store and spend hundreds of dollars on a bottle of cologne and think it's going to get you that 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 look from females or from other people that you might want to try to get their attention. Men should wear cologne because it says a lot about who you are. You get compliments, but also I think when you put on cologne, it gives you a sense of satisfaction to know that you're taking care of yourself, that you're going the extra step, the extra mile once you get showered up and put on your underarm deodorant and what have you. I think taking that extra step, just to splash on a little bit, it only takes about five seconds to splash on cologne and to give yourself that air of confidence when you're walking through a mall, supermarket, or just anywhere in general. Now, for me, I used to wear it at work, and I just I think I was probably the lowest guy on the totem pole, but I always had the respect and a little admiration for taking care of myself just that just a little bit more, just that yeah, I care about myself. This is what I want to represent about myself. And smelling good could never hurt when you're walking in a room full of of females or males or mom and dads, uncles, aunts, reunions, whatever, weddings. But even if you're not going to a big events like that, weddings and and parties and what have you, you're still gonna you'll just walk with a better stronger confidence about yourself, and you just stand up a little taller, and you'll be one of few in that time period, in that vicinity, that will make you stand out. So let me talk about the kinds of colognes that I wear and that I always get compliments on. My number one on the list is Aramis. One day I was watching a movie and the gentleman he was saying in the movie, he was saying, and make yourself feel good, John. I think it was a Bruce Willis movie or something, because Bruce Willis is one of my favorite actors. Oh, by the way, my favorite actors aren't just Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, and Denzel Washington. The other guys that came to mind after I did the video was George Clooney, Ryan Gosling, and Bruce Willis. These guys, to me, exude an air of confidence and hone their craft of acting to me like no other. So shout out to those guys. So in the movie, the guy says, and John, make sure you put on a nice little suit jacket and splash on some Aramis. Splash on some Aramis. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I said, Aramis. I said, I never heard of that before. Or if I did, I never really took notice of it because it just wasn't like the colognes that my girlfriends bought for me. My girlfriend bought for me one Christmas and just swore that this was the best thing that she've ever smelled. And guess what it was? It was a $13 bottle of chaps. And when I put on that chaps for the first time, I guess your body chemistry also, your body oils or whatever, also has to coincide with the the aroma that these certain colognes make you smell or how they make you smell. So so I would wear that. I would wear the chaps, and I thought it was pretty cheap. And I was just like, I was like, this is really nothing special because I think at the time, Dracar was world renowned as far as the late '80s going to clubs and splashing on that Dracar or that polo that you wanted to get the girls looking at you and stuff and giving you a compliment or whatever. But when I put on this chaps, she was right. Women always right anyway. I mean, they're just smart when it comes to stuff like that. Actually, they're smart when it comes to just about everything. I'm not knocking. I can't knock it. I get all my matter of fact, before I buy certain shirts, hats, I always run my phone by a woman and say, excuse me. I said, do you like this? If they give me the approval, I get it. Because sometimes as guys, we think that when we're buying, is right on the money. This is me. This is gonna, and a woman to say, no, I don't like that in a second. And I won't get it. I won't get it. Even though you have to take pride in the fact that you're your own person and you want to wear certain things to represent your personality, your attitude, your stance in life, and the no care attitude of wearing pink or yellow or lime green. Not knocking those colors. I've worn them before. So Chaps Cologne was my very first cologne that I got from my girlfriend. And we were only about 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And like I said, she was just so smart when it came to things like that. And she was an excellent cook. I just could not understand how somebody that young could just cook so good, whatever it was. So I want to tell you another cologne that my mother called me up and said, she said, Ty, she said, what do you think about this cologne? I said, what are you talking? I said, what are you talking about, Mama? She said, I'm going to buy you some Stetson. Stetson cologne. It came in a gift pack with three other colognes, and it was only $10, 10.99. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, my YouTube followers, probably not a whole bunch, but to those who are watching and listening, this Stetson cologne that was no more than $15, which I just wore to the store just now, and walked by this elderly lady, and she did a double take. Any other time, people just don't pay you any mind. They just, when they're shopping for groceries and stuff like that, they're just into what they're going to buy. But when you get a double take or a double look from an elderly woman, it pretty much tells you you're on the right track. because they don't like. I'm pretty sure they they're very smart. They just know that this young man is taking the time to smell good. He cares about himself, and let me see. Let me just turn around and see. Just give a glance at him. And I'm always dressed too. I don't leave. I don't even like leaving the house anymore with sweatpants on or just ragtag stuff. I want to represent myself, and you guys should too. If even for that second, because you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to run into. So Stetson was my number two cologne that I enjoyed wearing. I wear it to this day. Shout out to my girlfriend who put me on to these colognes that didn't have to be very expensive. You don't have to go to the store and buy these expensive colognes that cost hundreds of dollars. Aramis, Chaps, Stetson, Dracar was actually very, very popular. And when I wore it, I did get a lot of compliments. So Dracar is also, to this day, a very, very nice, good smelling cologne. So me and my friend Hotwood, real good dude. He says, "Yo, Ty," he says, "You know what? You know what smells real good, and I always got a compliment on. And make sure when you do your next video that you say this." And I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well," I said, what is it, Scott?" I'm thinking he's going to say Tom Ford or one of these colognes that cost hundreds of dollars. Not knocking Tom Ford. Tom Ford has a very nice selection of colognes. Cool Water. Cool Water cologne to this day is a head turner. Now, I don't own, but I live not only in this little shoebox of apartment that I have, but I also have a house that I go to in Lancaster, and that's where all my colognes are. Because I would like to, just show you what these colognes look like. Even though I'm giving a name, I just also would like to relay, you know, uh, that I have these colognes and just show you what they are. And so, okay, Cool Water, he swears by Cool Water. And I think Cool Water is one of those colognes where I was hesitant to buy because I really don't like being like everybody else. And shout out to my my girlfriend Jen, who we dated for 4 years, who to this day I think is still the smartest girlfriend or one of the smartest girlfriends I've ever had. Besides Nikki. She was smart. One day we were watching Jeopardy and she answered almost every question. Her and my uncle they were just brainiacs. Jeopardy, answering every single question. So shout out to my wife, Nikki, ex-wife now, but sweetheart of a woman, good soul, had our problems. Like I said, I'm the one who left her because I wanted to be that guy in the streets and just think I could do whatever I want. And off to jail I went and just left her out here to fend for herself. So that's another story. Um, there's another cologne I want to show you guys and girls that is in my top 10 also. That's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. A head turner, has a real fresh smell to it. I'm not going to get into the lavenders and the florals and the however you explain these things. I just want to basically give it to my audiences the way how I see it. And then you can go ahead and read. You can go ahead and read what you want to read about what it smells like and the sense that it gives off and whatnot. A very, very good cologne. Now, this next cologne that I'm going to show you is actually a very nice cologne also. And there is not a person that I've ever run into who doesn't like this cologne. Aqua di Gio. Aqua di Gio is lights out when it comes to masculinity, I guess, if that's what you want to say. Probably not like Aramis, though. Aramis is just by far just head and shoulders. Just what do you have on? I mean, men asked me what I had on when I was wearing Aramis. And so that's my take um, on the colognes and why men should wear it. Guys, you don't have to go to a store and spend these hundreds of dollars on colognes because I think taking the initiative to go out your way to smell good anyway gives you that, gives you that look of this guy's taking care of himself. This guy cares about himself. This guy is walking with an air of confidence because you smell good. You don't smell dirty. You know what I mean? Because I used to be just one of these sweaty guys who just didn't really care too much about cologne. Excuse me while I take a sip. That wasn't a sip. That was a gulp. So I'm going to remember the names of the other four colognes because I think I gave you six that are in my top 10. But at this point in time, I can't remember because I have so much in my collection, and I'm not at my house in Lancaster, PA. So I really can't remember off the top which ones they are. Some of you guys, like I told you before, I'm glad I stopped smoking marijuana because I would probably forget I would forget a lot of things. Like just recently, I left my phone at home as I was going shopping. Come on, Ty. So for my peanuts, my favorite snack is peanuts and jalapeno peppers. Oh, unbelievable. Just one of my go-to snacks because I really don't like eating a bunch of chocolates and potato chips anymore because that's just not my thing. So my next video is going to be about watches, watches, and why you should wear watches, why us men should wear watches. So stay tuned. I'm going to have Juvenile Delinquent Part 5 coming out soon. And I think I'm going to also start doing my workout videos, but that'll be on another channel. I'll tell you what channel that is. I don't want to say the name right now because I actually want to buy this name or trademark or copyright this name, just like I did Stone Muscle. I went through the channels of paying for this name, and I'm going to put it on T-shirts and hats and stuff like that. And if hopefully people pick up on it and buy it. Okay, all right. This is Ty checking out. You guys have a good Saturday. I believe it is February 13th. I think tomorrow's Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all the women in the world. Mothers, sisters, aunts, nieces, all the women in the world. Because you are some sweet souls. You really are. Okay, TY checking out. Peace.